Wait. I'm so thirsty. Let's buy a drink. Bisphenol A, or most commonly called BPA. BPA is used to harness some plastics like monoblocks, pipes, etc. It is also used for dental sealants. But did you know that it is also used for food and drinks container? The question is, are we safe?
I know a place.
Where?
It's outside there.
Please, are you sure about anything?
There are four major hazards that we are facing, and we are having a hard time solving them. These four hazards are the biological, chemical, natural, and cultural hazards, and also our lifestyle choices. Street foods are one contributor to biological hazards. They give viruses to those who eat them. Eating street food is not the only way we can get some diseases. There are three types of diseases: the infectious, transmissible, and non-transmissible. Infectious diseases are still a major threat, and there are two types on how these diseases are spreading. First, the epidemic. The epidemic is a large-scale outbreak of an infectious disease in an area or country. The second one is pandemic. It is spread globally, like tuberculosis. There are also viral diseases, and it kills millions and millions of people around the world. But we can also prevent these diseases by having solutions like: first, be hygienic; second, be educated about the pandemic and epidemic diseases; and third, be engaged to global campaigns to reduce HIV, AIDS, etc.
Hey, it's Christmas already. Let's go shopping.
Where naman? I have no budget for gifts eh. So, divisoryo na lang po pala.
Hey, wait, are you sure about that? Because I heard that the quality of the products there are safe, especially those imported products like Christmas lights and plastic things.
Are you sure naman kasi ilang taon lang naman ako namin.
Some of today's products are containing some hazardous chemicals, and these hazardous chemicals can cause mutations and birth defects. There are four types of chemicals: toxic chemicals, carcinogens, mutagens, and teratogens.
Bisphenol A is a high production volume chemical used in the production of polycarbonate plastics, epoxy resins, and flame retardants. Now, polycarbonate plastics are used in food and drink packaging, particularly number 7 plastics. The resin is used as a lacquer on metal products such as food cans, bottle tops, and water supply pipes. So this stuff is everywhere.
Dude, have you read this?
Yeah, I sent it to you. Like, look at the from box.
It's a government report.
Yeah, it's from a branch of the NIH. It's government, you bet.
Yeah, whatever. But it says here, BPA exhibits some biological activity similar to estrogen and other hormones.
Instead of depending on Daddy Brad for our scientific analysis, let's go to Daddy Troy in the science corner.
Clay, I'm right here.
Well, I know that you're right there. It's like, if we cut, it's cooler because it's like it's more than one. What? Just go.
Okay. Researchers suspect that bisphenol A may be acting as an endocrine disruptor. Prenatal or early exposure to these substances causes the production of additional fat cells and predisposes the animal to obesity for life.
Thanks, Daddy Troy.
You betcha.
Okay, so without going nuts, without being too alarmist, right, we know that this BPA, this bisphenol A, is in a lot of things that we use in the house. It's been shown to cause obesity in mice, and obesity in children's on the rise in this country.
So it makes sense to limit exposure to our young kids and our pregnant wives. But how do we do that?
When you're in the grocery store, avoid buying foods that are packaged in plastic marked with a little number 7 recycle sign. That's the material that's got the highest BPA content. It's tough. You'll be surprised how much food, even baby food, is packaged in number 7. And when you're eating at home with the kids, avoid these little babies as much as you can. Avoid plastic utensils and plastic plates.
Shop for BPA-free products. A lot of them will have this logo right there. It says safer plastic, free from bisphenol A. That's your best bet.
You don't want to heat anything up in a microwave using a plastic bowl. Avoid using them with really hot foods, hot liquids. You don't want to do that. And when these things start to get worn and scratched up like this one, toss it out. You might want to consider washing these hand washing instead of putting them in the washing machine where they can get worn and that releases more of the chemical.
And when it comes to really any kind of food container or bottle, try to go stainless steel or glass or porcelain. That's always the best bet. You know, Evenflo, they make a great old school glass baby bottle.
This is Big Idea 8. Natural hazards pose risks to humans. Natural hazards result from natural earth processes. These hazards include earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, floods, droughts, landslides, volcanic eruptions, extreme weather, fires started by lightning, sinkholes, coastal erosion, and impacts from asteroids. Natural hazards shape the history of human societies. Hazardous events can have a great impact on humans. They can change the size of human populations and drive human migrations. As populations move into vulnerable areas like coastlines or concentrate in areas that are already inhabited, risks from natural hazards increase. Human activities can contribute to the frequency and intensity of some natural hazards. These hazards include floods and landslides, droughts, forest fires, and erosion. Hazardous events can be sudden or gradual. They range from sudden events such as earthquakes and explosive volcanic eruptions to phenomena such as droughts, which may last decades or even longer. Human populations can be at risk from continual processes such as erosion and land subsidence. One example is the increased risk of flooding in New Orleans. Natural hazards can be local or global in origin. Local events can have distant impacts. This is because of the interconnected nature of both human societies and Earth's systems. For example, a volcanic eruption in the Pacific Ocean can affect climate around the globe. Geoscientists are continually improving estimates of when and where natural hazards occur. This analysis is done through continuously monitoring Earth, increasing our understanding of the physical processes that underlie Earth's changes, and developing scientific models that can explain hazard-related scientific observations. Humans cannot eliminate natural hazards, but can engage in activities that reduce their impacts. Natural hazards can result in loss of life, property damage, and economic costs. Humans can reduce these effects by identifying and avoiding high-risk locations, improving construction methods where they do live, developing warning systems, and recognizing how human behavior affects how people prepare for and respond to natural hazards. An earth science literate public is essential for reducing risks from natural hazards. This literacy leads to promoting community awareness about natural hazards and developing scientifically informed policies that reduce risk. And that's Big Idea 8. Natural hazards pose risks to humans.